Hey, it's Bud Doug. Welcome to another edition of the Artist Lounge at Mixed Country 96, and we welcome from Texas, Gary Kyle. Gary,
thank you for having me.
it's such a pleasure. Thank you for taking the time, because we know you've got other places to go, other places to be, people to see, and hands to shake and babies to kiss. And speaking of babies, I want to congratulate you and your wife.
Yeah.
Baby number 7 is on the way.
7. Wow. Yeah. I haven't said it a whole lot. That's a lot. 6 sounds like a lot. 7 is like something totally different.
Not many people even get close to 7.
No,
you know?
no. We're a basketball team with 2 subs now.
That's great. That's great. Now, Gary, you grew up near Houston, Texas, right?
I did, yes, sir.
And you still living near Houston right now?
Yeah, I moved to Dallas-Fort Worth to go to the University of North Texas, and I was there for 18 years, met my wife there, and moved her back to Houston, be closer to my family. With 6 kids, you got to have a lot of free babysitters. So,
I can imagine.
And I'm the youngest of 6 kids, and all my family's there in Houston.
Oh, wow.
So.
Wow. And you have been dealing with some flooding issues,
We have.
haven't you?
Yeah. In May, we lost pretty much everything. I tell people all that was left was concrete floors and 2x4s.
Man.
And it's been a growing experience, though. You know, you can find good in everything, and my wife had been struggling with some things since we moved to Houston. And the flood washed everything away, the good and the bad. So
And some folks down there expecting like a foot and a half of rain right now.
It's right. Yeah, I was actually just checking on my family down there, and my poor community's been devastated. And like we were talking about off camera, you know, the Harvey just changed everything with drainage, and it's messed everything up. So they've been dredging the river where we live for like 2 years, still not done. You need a lot of prayers for those people because they might flood again for the 3rd time in 2 years.
Yeah. And you told me off camera a little while ago you're working on a new floor, so everything's on schedule. You're getting back up to snuff.
So we didn't have flood insurance, and most people, 95% of people, did not have flood insurance in Harvey. And we have it now. So I was joking with somebody because we still have about 50% of my house there. I was like, well, if it's flooded, I actually have insurance now, so I can probably fix it all with insurance.
Man, you've been going since, what, 2010?
Full time.
And you started writing when you were able to put pen to paper.
Right.
How young were you?
I remember writing at the piano at like 6 years old.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, just, I can't read music. I never have, but I play by ear, and I remember sitting there and just, you know, playing chords, and it's definitely a God thing. I mean, a lot of my songs and material I feel like is things He puts on my heart. Sometimes for other people, sometimes for myself. Sometimes I don't know that till 3 years down the line. I'm like, I thought I wrote for someone else, and it's something that carries me through something else. So.
He's always given us a push one way or the other, isn't he?
He is.
That's great.
As long as you're listening.
Yeah. Now, boy, a lot of folks were listening when you first went on tour. You played like 250 dates?
Yeah.
Your first year?
My first, probably 2 years, probably close to 250 my second year.
Did your wife see you?
That was before her. That was, before we were serious.
Okay.
So,
okay.
yeah. And back then, she used to travel with me all the time.
Yeah.
My best merch salesperson ever. She was great.
And a little bit later on in our interview, I want to ask you about a couple of songs that you wrote for your wife.
Sure.
I can't wait to ask you about that, but I'd love to hear a song.
Sure,
I know everyone else would too.
Yeah.
This is called Rewind, right?
Rewind. We went in 2017 and cut 12 songs. We're going to release a whole record. And I was mixing it down with my buddy in Nashville, and we realized that it was really 2 different projects. 6 of them were real country, and 6 of them were more of my John Cougar, Tom Petty, Mellencamp, kind of thing. And so we split up into Rewind White, Rewind Blue. Rewind was going to be the title.
Okay.
And I said, let's just call them different colors. I can't remember someone had done that. And I was like, that's a pretty cool idea. So this is the title cut of whole EP. It's called Rewind.
Right. Gary Kyle, ladies and gentlemen.
My heart was taken. I put him on a shelf when I ran out on her for a night with someone else, and I wish I could rewind. I had a job that no one in town could get, but I went and threw it away with whiskey on my breath, and I wish I could rewind. Every time I've made the wrong choice, completely ignored the spirit Red's voice and drew myself so far away from God that I couldn't even begin to try. And I wish I could rewind. Mishap of everything, my granddad passed along. You wouldn't believe what I did to have him on the phone. And I wish I could rewind. Every time I've made the wrong choice, completely ignored the Spirit's voice, and drew myself so far away from God that I couldn't even begin to try. And I wish I could rewind. I wish that I could steal some time. Every time I've made the wrong choice, completely ignored the Spirit's voice, and drew myself so far away from God that I couldn't even begin to try. And I wish I could rewind.
Nice.
Thank you.
Gary Kyle with Rewind, and boy, who can't relate to a song like that?
Right.
We all find those points in our lives where we think, gosh, I wish I could rewind that and do that over again.
Yeah.
But we live and learn from our mistakes,
That's right.
don't we?
Yep. I've got a couple I wish I could take back, but I think most of them, everyone's got one or two.
Uh-huh.
But
Certainly.
they make us who you are.
Oh, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. I've been a big believer in that for a long time. Yeah, our past has everything to do with the way we are today. And but boy, what a powerful song, man.
Thank
You talked about Grandpa in there and
Yeah.
some other very important things in life. You ended up on the Texas music charts at one point, didn't you?
I've had 4 songs in the top 30.
In the top 30,
Yeah.
not too shabby. Which songs?
Lone Star Tears was my first one. I had a song called Texas Strong, which is kind of like our anthem down there. It was my wife and I started a nonprofit organization called Texas Strong in 2013. And that kind of took a life of its own. But it was the state recovery song for Hurricane Harvey.
Mhm.
And then we had Looking for You was just on there. And then American Flags, our new one, is like 22 or 23 right now and brand new. So it should be a top 10, not top 5, hopefully.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And that Texas songwriting, singing community is pretty tight, isn't it?
It's super tight, and it's hard to describe to people until it's so unique. It's the only kind of music I know of where there's a huge middle class living, and you can play 2 nights a week, and you still have tour Texas, which is like going to 4 or 5 different states.
Right.
But they're such strong fans, and they're loyal, and it really is its own thing. It's pretty neat. My music's always kind of fallen in between Nashville and Texas, though.
Mhm.
So I did the Texas thing, for almost 10 years straight, and now I'm trying to bridge the gap. I have an apartment in Nashville I can go and stay at and write, 1 week a month, and then I'm touring, Texas and regionally outside Texas, and then now even more outside Texas. So.
Well, that kind of music is certainly appreciated in Missouri because we feature a thing called Red Dirt Country
Okay, yeah.
on our radio station. We play them hourly. We have a show on the weekends, but love the Red Dirt stuff. And I want to ask you about those songs you wrote for your
Yeah.
wife. How special is that?
Oh, it's amazing. It's funny because when I'm in Nashville writing with other people and writing for other people, I started to talk to my wife. I was like, that my last 7 songs I've written in Nashville was something about her.
Mm-hmm.
And it's neat because I don't even think about doing it; it just comes out,
Mhm.
And I wrote a song for her about the first night we met. We were dancing, and I'd had too much to drink, and I don't remember dancing with her. And we danced for like 4 hours. And the very next week, I came back and I saw her dancing again, and I didn't remember meeting her. And I lived my life kind of crazy back then, but I walked up to her again. I was like, introduced myself. She's like, I know who you are. We danced all last week. She said, but to your credit, you did find me twice in a crowd of 3,000 people. So
That's great.
yeah.
And what are the song titles again that you wrote?
The Waltz was the first one. That was about us. And then Looking for You, which was our last song on the radio in Texas, was about kind of meeting. We dated we were pretty much inseparable for the first, I don't know, 30 days we were together. Mm-hmm. And I didn't kiss her till like day 30 because I knew I did not want to mess it up. I was like, I cannot. Right. So it was a song about, I've been looking for you, have you been looking for me? Uh-huh. And then we have a song called Together We Have It All, which was an anniversary present for her. And it was 3 kids ago. And it's about getting really good at barely getting by. There was a point when I was, kind of new to this that, some weeks, some months, I'm going to pay this bill and we're going to let this one go to next month, and that's kind of how we were for a few years. And that's probably the most meaningful song to me about her and I together. Together We Have It All.
Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
Man. That's very cool. How about that new single, American Flag?
It's doing great.
What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so when I write music, I like to see it kind of as a movie in my head, and that can be a chorus or a line or a melody. And I wrote this with my buddy Derek Holtquist out of Nashville, and he kind of had the cadence to the song. I was like, oh, that's cool. Let's write that one. And we wanted to write a song about freedom, and we were talking about this little small town couple leaving, and she's got her hand out the window, flying up and down like an American flag.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, well, let's do a freedom song, but it'll be a different spin on it, kind of our thing. So it's about the love or the freedom and first love, and I just saw them leaving this tiny town. I was picturing my mom's hometown. She grew up in Oklahoma, this tiny little town. And they're leaving in this old pickup truck that have AC. It's got the vent windows turned in, and all the windows are down. And she's doing this, and they keep passing these American flags. And this guy in his head is the whole time he's just thinking about how free she is as a person and how good they're going to be together. And you just kind of see these images of American flags popping up everywhere. And actually, that music video comes out tomorrow morning.
Oh,
at
cool.
9 in the morning.
And where can we see that?
It'll be on Facebook and all our social media stuff.
Okay, good deal. Good deal. You ready to crank it up?
Sure, I love it down.
Gary Kyle and Freedom. Or, excuse me, American Flag.
About freedom, though.
Yes.
Cops on a cone, paint on a mailbox, town on the board. Looks like a map out in we place of old. Run by the car wash, shotgun girl with her feet on the deck. That's an American flag. Windows down, radio playing. Don't know the song, but you know it's C in a little cafe, Eastland, Maine, and we turn right and catch parade. Your hand flying in the wind, waving up and down again. As cars roll past, blowing your hair back, I'm praying that this freedom lasts like American flag. See the limit sign, it's 464. We blow past and roll off 2 more. Got 2 in the cab, 4 on the floor, and sun's going down, and it's fading fast. We ain't looking back. Farms and fields and billboard signs, we fill up off Route 59 with a Coke, cone, pecan pie. Ain't nothing like seeing stars in your eyes. Your hand flying in the wind, waving up and down again. As cars roll past, blowing your hair back, I'm praying that this freedom lasts like American flags. Fireworks are flying, but there ain't nothing in the sky. You got me lit up like the 4th of July. Your hand flying in the wind, waving up and down again. The skies roll past, blowing your hair back. I'm praying that this freedom lasts. Your hand flying in the wind, waving up and down again. The skies roll past, blowing your hair back. I'm praying that this freedom lasts like American flags. American flags.
All right. Gary Kyle, American Flag. That was great, man.
Thank you.
Hey, real quick, would you tell us the story about the guitar?
Sure. This was my dad's. He died at 30 of a heart attack, and he was a musician. He drank too much, smoked too much, didn't sleep enough. Kind of what happens to a lot of guys. And so my mom put in the closet this and another. So this is a 1964 Epiphone Texan that Paul McCartney made famous, and he bought it brand new. This thing used to be like yellow. Yeah, it's a totally different color now. But she saved this and then another 67 Gretsch for me.
Oh.
And when I started doing this full time, she knew I was going to do this for a career. She gave it to me.
Yeah,
and,
that's nice.
This has been my everyday play guitar for as long as I can remember. And I've tried to retire it, and I can't. I picked up other guitars, and this is just my baby. This is home.
I can only imagine how many times your dad looks down with a big smile on his face when he hears that thing.
I hope so.
Not to mention you sing.
Yeah.
Gary Kyle,
Thanks for having me.
thank
sir.
you so
Appreciate
much.
it.
You're welcome. Thank you. How can we hear your music, learn more about you, website
Sure.
information, social media?
All the socials are Gary Kyle Music. So
Okay.
website's GaryKyleMusic.com, and every social's Gary Kyle Music. And tune in tomorrow to hear the new music video for American Flags, 9 a.m.
Excellent.
Facebook.
Where are you headed?
I'm headed to Cape Girardeau, and then on to Illinois, and then Nashville, Little Rock, and then I have a show in Houston.
Excellent.
So yeah, I think it's 2,500 miles, something like that. So
Yeah.
pretty crazy.
Man. And you're all by yourself? Do you have a touring partner?
Sometimes my manager goes with me, but honestly, having 6 kids, it's nice to have quiet. I told my wife, most people don't get very good sleep on the road. It's like, that's the only time I sleep is when I'm on the road. So it's welcomed. I don't even turn the radio on hardly when I'm in the car.
Yeah.
Just decompress.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Thanks again.
Yes, sir.
Be careful on the road out there. God bless you, man.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you for your time. Been visiting with Texas artist Gary Kyle, and we'll see you next time on the Artist Lounge at Mix Country 96.